Hello friends, welcome to this YouTube video channel. Friends, from last few days I was discussing about the fundamental principles and certain recommendations which is given by the National Education Policy 2020. But today again I have come back to this MA education program. We are discussing different units of MA education program. Especially I was just discussing the first course of MA education program of Indira Gandhi National Open University. The first course code is MES-011 and course title is Understanding Education. And we have already discussed all the means the earlier three blocks, block 1, 2 and 3, and all the units of the earlier three blocks, and we were discussing on the fourth block. Okay, in fourth block 2 units are there, unit 12 and 13, and friends, we have already discussed unit 12. So today I will just discuss the brief concept, brief overview that has been given in unit 13. Unit 13, the unit title is Education Knowledge Generation. So friends, as I have already said that MES-011 Understanding Education, this is just like a bridge course. Okay, so here the concepts and the principles, educational discourses that we have discussed in this course, you will find that further this concept will help you for understanding the other courses. You will find that in other courses the things have been discussed in a very detailed way. Okay, so this course will help you for understanding the complex aspect, the complex concept of education which is discussed in other courses, that is MES-012, 13, 14, 15 as well as 016, that is educational research. So friends, our today we will focus upon education, how the discipline of education, the subject of education that deals the knowledge generation. Okay, so how knowledge gets generated and what are the preconditions that works for knowledge generation, and we will also discuss about you can say that the theories of truth. Okay, so as per different schools of thoughts, how they have considered the theory, and what process should be used and what process have been suggested for theorizing of certain things, or you can say for verifying the truth. Then further we will also discuss about the process of generating knowledge, or you can say knowledge getting process, how we get knowledge in the formal system of education, as well as in means from our observation and the knowledge and experiences that we gather from other sources, you can say by using informal and non-formal education system also. So friends, our session, this is certain concept, complex unit. You may find certain difficulties, but I request you go through this video. At the same time, definitely go through the content and the units, the writing of the units that has been developed. I don't think that you will face any problem if you will properly read the materials that has been supplied, and at the same time here also I am helping you by developing a video. This video will also work as a link that may also provide certain you can say you can also get certain clarity about the things, overall clarity, you can say an overview means what has been discussed in the unit. So friends, first we will discuss about knowledge in general. This is the first content point of this unit. You see the sub content point that you will get, that is Plato's views of knowledge and rationalism. Then the second point is empiricist view of knowledge. Then the third is knowledge as necessary and synthetic. Then fourth is concept of knowing, then conditions of knowledge, then knowing the art, knowing how, believing and understanding. You see, if I will discuss, then it takes hours together, but quickly we will just touch upon the overview, touch upon the main points. So when we talk about Plato's views on knowledge, in your educational philosophy portion of MA education program, you will find that different schools of thoughts, they have given their ideology, they have given concept about education, understanding about education and practices of education. They have also you will find that they have suggested what methods, what techniques should be used in the pedagogy, in the teaching learning process, what type of teacher-student relationship should be there so far as different schools of thought is concerned. So here you see two things have been emphasized. One is the Plato's view of knowledge and rationalism, and further is empiricist view of knowledge. So friends, when we talk about Plato's views in Plato's schools of thought, or we can say the schools of thought, means the ideas of Plato's, the principles and visions and education of Plato is based upon the idealistic philosophy. Okay, so it gives upon the ideas and ideas and ideals. Okay, so you can say that the spiritualism at the same time developing a type of abstract knowledge, means the existence of the truth, how you can say how the things are happening in this world. So we can also we have two worlds. One is the materialistic world, material world, that's you can say the physical world, and other is the abstract world. Okay, so we cannot see the experience the abstract world, but we can imagine. Okay, as per the idealistic schools of thought, you will find that they said that there is the existence of another world of knowledge. So that world of knowledge, that cannot be verifiable. Okay, because that you can only imagine that something is there. So that's why there is the existence of knowledge, there is the existence of certain things, so that the world is possible, the physical world is possible. So that's why rationalizing the thing, when we talk about the abstract concept, rationalizing the abstract concept is many a time it is very difficult, but at the same time we can rationalize the empiricist views. That means in a pragmatic society, in a changing society, we come contact with many physical entities, okay, physical things in this world. Okay, so we are staying in a family, we are staying in a society. Okay, in day-to-day activities you will find that we are coming contact with our physical world. Okay, so we are doing our job, and we are also utilizing, we are enjoying with this materialistic world. Okay, so that's why you can say when we talk about the empiricist and Plato's views on knowledge, that is the rationalism, you will find that there is the difference, there is the conceptual difference. So when there is the conceptual difference, then definitely this is you can say it's a very difficult task, that how to justify, how to verify, how to prove it. So when we talk about science and when we talk about the other branches of knowledge, you can say that science is verifiable, science is testable, and you can say by doing certain experiment, by doing observation, we can verify science. Okay, but many a time the abstract knowledge, okay, the abstract knowledge that we imagine and that we discuss, you will find that most of the ancient philosophers, they have views upon this abstract world. So that's why, friends, rationalizing the abstract world, verifying the abstract world, you can say it's very difficult. Okay, this can only one can imagine, and that is very spiritual in nature. So friends, when we talk about knowledge generation, then mostly we concerned about the knowledge that can be verifiable, that can be observable, and you can say that can be means that knowledge which is experiential in nature, that we are experiencing by using our sense organ. So that's why such things, that is the major concept that has been discussed here. A contradiction, or you can say contradict principles that has been discussed, means the idealistic principles in contrary the pragmatist principle, just like the John Dewey. As per John Dewey says that there is continuous reconstruction of experience. Okay, so every day you will find that we are just shaping ourselves, we are shaping our new experiences, we are gaining new experiences, and the old experiences that helps us for gaining new experiences. So nothing is, you can say, fixed in this world, in this physical world. Nothing is you can say static, but you can say that everything is dynamic. Society is ever changing, ever dynamic. So that's why the experiences that we are getting, so we are renewing our experiences, we are revising our experiences by getting new experiences. But so far as idealistic principles, idealistic thought of education is concerned, you will find that this is a type of abstract knowledge, your imagination, and you have to rationalize that yes, something is there, because of that only the things are happening. So friends, here such things are discussed in this unit. Then further we can discuss that the concept of knowledge, the concept of knowing, and conditions of knowledge. So let me to before discussing the concept of knowledge, let me to link knowledge with information and data. So friends, when we talk about data, means we concerned about the raw data. Okay, the raw data has no meaning at all, or raw data is having very limited meaning. So let me to give one example of data, information, and knowledge. Then you can better understand that what is knowledge, what is the concept of knowledge, and how knowledge is acquired. So friend, when we talk about data, it means, I'm just giving example, the production of different crops, the production of different crops in a country in a particular year. Okay, just like in India, production of different types of crops. It may be rice, it may be paddy, it may be wheat, it may be jaw, it may be bajra, and other types of crops also. So if I will say that a particular ton of wheat, a particular ton or a particular metric ton of paddy that has been produced in a year in a country, so that is simply you can say a data. Okay, so that is a raw data. When you are defining it, or when you are expressing it in terms of a quantity, maybe certain metric ton, maybe certain ton, maybe certain quintal. Okay, but this has very limited meaning. Okay, so for providing more meaning, or for attaching more meaning with the raw data, so what we are doing, we are just interpreting the data, we are just analyzing the data. Just like you can say, you can just, when you are making a graph, when you are making a figure of different, a pie chart of different crop production in a particular year, means you are comparing production of wheat with production of rice, production of different types of cereals. So here you can say, when you are comparing the things, it means by using the data, you are just processing the data, you are interpreting the data in a meaningful term, or for providing certain meaning to the data, you are interpreting it. So you can say that that is the information. Then further, information is not knowledge. Information, you can say, nowadays in WhatsApp, in other media, in newspaper, in TV, we are getting many information, but reaching at knowledge, taking this information, by using this information, as a student of education, you should understand. You see, information, when we interpret the data, we convert data into information. And friends, when by using the information we deduce certain more meaning from the information, then that become a knowledge. Just like you see, for conducting certain research, we also use certain information. Okay, so we go beyond the information. Okay, critically we analyze the information, and we attach certain more meaning with the information. Just like, let me to give the same example. So the crops production in a year in India or in a particular country is the data, and when we are comparing different crop production in a year, okay, which crop production is highest, which is the lowest, okay, so when we are analyzing it by using different figures, different charts, then we can say that this is the information. Means we are getting information about a comparative information about you can say crop production. And friends, when we are setting a trend of crop production in a state or in a country in the last 10 years, in last 20 years, then we can say that that is the example of a knowledge. So basing upon the information, we conduct a research, we investigate the things, and we reached at the findings, and that findings you can say a trend. Okay, so a trend means what type of crops that produced in a country, and from last 10 years, from last 20 years, what is the growth of it. So friends, when we are talking about the trend, when we are talking about the growth, then definitely we focus upon a type of research, a type of investigation. So that's why when we talk about knowledge, so definitely we are processing the information. Okay, we are doing a type of investigation of the information that we have received. So friends, such things are discussed in this unit. Then further, as I was discussing earlier, the views of pragmatist and the views of idealist. Okay, idealist philosophers like Plato and the pragmatic philosophers like John Dewey. So they have their own concept of knowledge, they have their own concept of theorizing it, and they have their own concept of authenticating or verifying the knowledge. Okay, so you will find that the pragmatist says that unless using the scientific principles, unless using the scientific a systematic study, then knowledge can be verified. Okay, you cannot establish truth of certain things. But when we talk about the idealistic schools of philosophy, they said that yes, that is though we are not experiencing it, though that is not the part of this physical world, but that is still existing. Okay, so here there is a controversy, there is a debate between rationalist and you can say the pragmatist. So that's why justifying knowledge and understanding the theories of truth, theories of knowledge, this is a matter of subjective consideration. Okay, so it becomes so objective when we talk about science and technology, when we talk about the pragmatist philosophy, but it becomes so subjective when we talk about the idealistic schools of thought. Okay, so such things, it is a very abstract unit. You have to go through the detail of this unit so that you can better understand. Then further in another section, this has been discussed in this unit, that is knowledge getting process, how we get knowledge. Okay, so you see one very good example that has been given, an illustration has been given in this unit, that is mind as a tabula rasa. We call that mind as a tabula rasa. Tabula rasa, it means you can say just like a clean slate. Okay, so in your childhood days you might have used this slate. So on the slate you are writing, the words you are writing, the letters you are writing. So just to remember your school days, just to remember your nursery days, when just you entered in the school, you see at that time your mind was, you can say it is just like a clean slate. So whatever is written on the slate, that got permanent in your mind, that got permanent in your memory. Okay, so that's why it is called as mind as a tabula rasa. It means when you start experiencing the thing, when you start learning the things, at that time your mind was just like a clean slate. And then after when you started studying, started learning the things, your teacher groomed you and you engaged yourself in the process of teaching and learning, and your teacher also engage you in different types of activities, okay, in for acquiring different types of skills, also for writing skills, for speaking skills. At the same time, when you engage yourself in group activities, also in different types of play, okay. So friends, that is, you can say, the knowledge getting process, that mind is a tabula rasa, and as per the curriculum, as per the you can say the things that has been included in the syllabi, when it got implemented, when it implemented in the classroom, in the school, then you can say your mind it gets involved for doing such things. So that's why this is just like, this is also called as mind as a flowing seed, okay. So slowly, how just like a seed, from a seed it germinates to a small plant, from a small plant it becomes a big plant, then become a tree, then flowers, fruits, it comes in the tree. So you see how the growth, how the growing of a seed, okay, how a seed slowly becoming a you can say large tree. So just like your mind at the earlier stage of your life, at the initial stage during the nursery, you can say your mind was just like a clean slate. Then after, when you are getting experiences, new experiences from the society, experiences from your curriculum, experiences from different activities, when you are engaging yourself, then definitely that seed is flowing, that seed is growing, okay, to be a full-fledged plant, to be a full-fledged tree. So that's why such things has been discussed in this mind, that knowledge getting process, how we get knowledge and how we get experiences and how we use the knowledge and experiences. Further, this has also been discussed about the generic epistemology of the Piaget. If you go through the Piaget's theories of learning, you will find that how mental development occurs. This is the research based. This has been considered that at the age of 6, the child reached 85% of his or her mental development. Okay, so that's why you can say, when we talk about Piaget's theory of mental development, Piaget's theories of learning, how childs learn, so you will find that has been developed as per the principles of growth and development. The mental development at different stage, mental development at the early childhood stage, the later childhood stage, at the stage of adolescence. Okay, so as per the mental development, you will find that the curriculum has been designed. So such things are discussed in this unit, are part of this unit. Then further, this has also been discussed, as I was telling earlier, that the empiricist, the views of empiricist and the views of rationalist. Okay, so that is also a part of this unit, that how to establish the truth, how to verify the truth, which is the truth. So this is a continuous debate between the empiricists, means those are using the scientific principles, the system is, those are systematizing the knowledge by doing certain experiment, by doing certain research, and on the other way, you can say the idealist, they consider that there is the existence of knowledge without a physical world. Okay, only physical world is not absolute knowledge. Okay, so there is another abstract knowledge, so that one should realize, that one should understand. That may be the part of, you can say, the spiritual development of any individual. They can realize the things, they can just imagine the things spiritually. So friends, this unit is a very beautiful unit. You will find that philosophically things have been discussed. At the same time, two types of experience you will get. You will get empirical experience, you will also get the rationalist, the idealistic experience. So my request again will to all our students, that please go through the unit, the writing of this unit. Then what I am discussing now, just to correlate it, linked with the content of this unit, I think you can better understand this unit. So friends, we have completed the first course by this last program. Total 13 units were there in 4 different blocks of MES-011 Understanding Education. So we have completed the first course, and in our next program we will discuss about some of the important, I will not discuss all the units, but definitely I will discuss some of the important units of your further courses, MES-012, 13, 14, 15 as well as 16. 016, most of the content points I have already discussed in my initial video programs, but another 4 courses are left. Then definitely I will touch upon the basic you can say overview or the content of some of the units of the other courses. Thank you.